All right, and welcome everyone to Battle in the Stars, hosted by Celestial Esports. I am joined today by the Corey Manta,
Hello, hello.
and today's going to be an interesting game. We are going to have Oprovitz Bravo versus No Name Gaming. First map banned was split by Oprovitz, then an Icebox was banned by No Name. So first map will be Pearl with No Name Gaming on attack and Oprovitz starting on defense. I mean, we've already seen a week of these guys playing. We've we've seen each team play one best of three. So, I mean, who do you have coming out of the first map, Corey?
Out of the first map, I'm going to have to give it to OPZ.
OPZ, not a bad choice. Oprovitz is currently being casted by Madra, who was just named IGL for the day. I also heard noise that I believe Nine has a hot date right after the second match, second map, assuming it doesn't go to a third. So there might be a strong desire for that team to win as well.
Absolutely.
Yep. But Nightmare leading the charge for No Name Gaming. And No Name themselves is a very strong team as well. So definitely can't count them out. We're gonna see if Frau, I believe, is going to be their IGL. We'll see how their calling will pair up against Madara. Going to be one heck of a match. And just remember, for everyone in the audience, code CLSC10, 10% off your purchase at Rogue Energy. Make sure to check it out. Anyways, let's get it. So we'll see who starts off on the hit.
Interested to see how this Jet plays out on Pearl here. Out of our very, very seldom Pearl matches, I don't think we've seen a Jet yet.
And we're already getting a P10. I will get that done. And we already have a tech pause, guys. So it'll be fast, he says. It'll be fast, he says.
They're already ready, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. Oh. There we go.
We are back in. All right, we'll see what gonna get from No Name Gaming on their first attack round. Spike's still left behind, but they are going to go for a B split. Oh, with three people towards that B, it will be a little bit difficult for them to take. They hear the Sky running away. Loaded, not aware, but is going to be spotted. And I think that jump spot by Novus might have seen the two people long. And you're going to see a little bit of rotates coming around as the players start scrambling from No Name. And look where Madara
just missed them, but they might know where he is. They might have caught him last second.
If Madara looking for more, and he finds a second. And flash out by Nightmare. Madara with the third. He's going for more, but cannot find it. Ammo looking short. Roddy finds his own two, but on low HP, one shot. Anything else?
I'll find you.
We're seeing a little bit of a spread between him and Frau, as the last three players of Oprovitz just group up towards that A site.
30 seconds left.
And we're gonna see both players just going to B to plant. Frau might be looking not gonna look to go aggressive. I thought that would be a perfect time to get a little bit aggro. And the plant will go down safe, and it's gonna force all the last three Oprovitz players to start rotating. And Ronnie gonna try and get a little bit aggressive, seeing if he can catch anything. He's gonna hear all three players. Will he find one more? No, he is not. Loaded, able to get the shot off. And now 1v3. Skydog is going to spot out Frau, stunned up, and cannot find anything. And that is going to be the first round going to Oprovitz. And a great start of the round. Madara heating up early. And, I mean, definitely what you want to see if you're him. And, you know, if you see him in chat, he often is there a lot when they are not playing. He does like to chat a bit. But it's important that you can back that up.
I got enough time to go into the astral form?
We are hearing it through Reese's mic, not Corey's.
Nice. Microphone has been off.
And we are going to get an ace, no, a mid hit with one lurking to A. Luxing. It's just going to chill towards A as the rest of the players from No Name is just going to storm through A link and slam into A site.
I need
Look like they know that Zumi is right behind them. Zumi could get the timing here. Gets one with the timing. Looking for a second. Just whiffs.
Nothing to be found except for Zumi getting picked off. But a lot of big guns are saved. 9 able to find 2 in the round. Madara able to get another. And honestly, what I'm more worried about is Madara is close to his ult. I mean, maybe not the best ult, but still not a weak one, is Waylay's. I actually have no idea what it's called, guys. What? I have
Let's
no
look,
idea
shall
what
we?
Waylay's... What is Waylay's old name? That...
Waylay's ult.
Yep.
Conversion paths.
Yep.
find the way.
Interesting title, I will say. And we're gonna get a 5-man A hit. Not something you see often. Normally you see a lot of people having to A split, but they're just gonna opt to go 5-man into A main.
For catches 1 or 2. Calling for
Gotta be careful with these
reinforcements
trips.
now.
And we're gonna see all 5 players on No Name starting to, or on from Oppervitz to rotate towards A. Will there be any doubt in their mind that it could be a rotate? We see a little bit as we see Zumi starting to rotate back, and we see him starting to spread out around the map. But the take is just gonna be slightly delayed before they go in. One backside, one top of the box. Novus finds the first blood on Ztrax. Madara finds the second. Roddy's trying to will his way back in, but Loaded shuts it down, and last is Luxing, who falls. And a powerful win for Oppervitz. Definitely what you want to see on your bonus round. Getting all those weapons back, you want to see, you know, those. When you have all those weapons, you want to see how many guns you could take, but all 5 is perfectly fine. And we're going to see another 4-man towards mid and 1 lurking to the site, but this time it's going to be towards B. A major B split, and they like having Luxing just hold space. The Prowler is not going to spot anything, but that jump spot might. Ztrax trying to flash through. He's going to find 1 on Zumi. Mando acquired, but 9 trying to hold the line, finds 3. And now only Sheriffs and Light Shields available. Both are spotted out by the Cypher Neuralink. And it's just Frav just trying to get away. Both players are just trying to look for 1s. But how many 1s is Oppervitz gonna even give them?
It's looking like they might save. There's not much to save there, but Frav almost gets 1.
No, they will not. They won't save on this because it's not worth.
Luxing's
Have to find something.
looking
Cypher
for
trip.
1.
Player
Almost
standing.
gets 1, but gets taken down by Loaded, and 9 closes out the match with 4 kills.
A
Or the
big round
sorry.
for him.
We
A
know
big
what we're
round
doing.
for
Trust
9.
each other and we'll be fine.
Popping the ult, so we're not going to see him get any ult value out of it, considering he popped his. But Madara still has his available. We have Ronnie on the other side with his ult as well. But all the momentum is going to Oppervitz. Corey, your prediction might just shine bright. And we're going to see Novus with an op.
That Cypher 9 is just looking like a demon on this map. This trips. They're scared to go to A now. So we're looking at a B hit.
Loaded just jump spotting, see if he can find any early info. We're going to see 4 more towards mid this time, but Frauv is going to be the one who is holding the anchor instead. Frauv spots out 1, but there's still that op line. Novus holding across. If Frauv goes a little bit too left, he's going to get taken out very quickly. And there it is. Novus finds an early pick on Frauv. No smokes going to the size of No Name Gaming.
Fade got her dog caught in one of Nine's trips, and Nine started calling for a little bit of a rotate, but not quite yet. Just telling them to be wary.
Still have to be careful. And now everyone's in slow motion on No Name, but they're still able to find one as Ronnie picks up 9, a huge pick in this round.
Madara
Madara
gets
finds
2.
2. Looking for a little bit more as he gets aggressive. Ronnie caught out, flashed, and taken out by Loaded. Madara with an amazing 3K off of his ult. And this is going to be a 5th round going to Obrovitz, looking to close out fast.
Don't even start that shit here, mate.
And I told you about 9 having a little bit of a hot date. It looks like he really wants it because he is locked in. And Madara, even though he is apparently on IGL. Even though he's apparently on IGL, I mean, it looks like he is getting some kills himself, not afraid to shoot, even though he has to call. Something that's not easy to do, I tell you. And this map was Oppervit's pick, so you can see the confidence with them. The confidence to go into this map. They are playing as if they have lived in this map their entire lives. And we're going to see an aggressive play for both teams on this site. The flash was questionable, but the shots are landing as only Loaded gets out. Madara goes down to Ronnie's Sheriff. And now it's actually not looking too horrible for No Name Gaming. 2v3, they have spike control. All 3 players are rotated to A by Oprovitz.
With that blocking vision.
And I think both teams
He's
should
going
be
for
able
the
to retrieve
operator.
guns.
Big upgrade from the Stinger. Can he do anything with it?
And you can see the Oprovitz players starting to spread out just a little bit. Trying to make sure that they don't get caught out, not leaving too many holes. We're going to see a peek out. It might be a fight. We see a shot, but not much more than that. As 9 starts rotating. And that smoke just might be oppressing in the sense. I gonna get broken immediately. First pick found, but not more than that. Azumi and 9 able to close out. And Op is going to be retrieved by Azumi. Op being maintained is definitely going to be dangerous. And I agree with SpaceX. That Waylay is definitely an interesting pick. It is a very hard and very questionable character nowadays, but with the right team behind it, it can be so powerful. Madara seems to just be out aiming people though.
No Name needs to play this perfectly, but they're going A again, which has been really questionable. They're trying to avoid the op, but they are going to be running back into that Cypher, who has been just absolutely dominating them right now. That economy, they don't really have a lot of options. They're going to have to take the win here.
Yep, definitely. And we're going to see Fade's Nightmare being used. And we're going to get the ult coming out. We're going to see Yoru's ult as well. And site is just going to be completely cleared. As long as Madara doesn't fall to the spam, but he takes a lot of damage through that wall. Nope, he's regenerating it. It must have just been a decay. And Ronnie getting into an aggressive position, the one person on this team who's been really hitting his shots.
One enemy remaining.
And now Nightmare finds 3, and that is going to be the first round going to No Name. And could this be a sign of life? And they could have the opportunity to tie it back up if they play this well.
That is a really good round for them. They really needed that for their economy. They were looking at buying nothing but classics next round. And they're bringing guns into this next round without having to really buy for anyone.
And the biggest difference maker for No Name has definitely been Ronnie. 9 kills and 6 deaths. Only player on their team positive and has more kills than the rest of the team combined, which is interesting. We're gonna see a lot of util being used to clear out this early space in A. Either team can fight this out very effectively, so you have to be careful of an aggression, but Operavists choose to play carefully. We have loaded with an ult, and so does Nightmare. Luxing also won off his ult. Could see a decent amount of ults being used this round. And there goes the KO ult. Cypher is going to have a trip on site, and the swing out is going to be punished. Zumi not able to find anything, and loaded taken out by Luxing. And Sight is going to be held.
Looking for a free pick on Luxings. Could be catching him off guard right here. Whiffs all of his shots. Can he redeem himself?
And 9 not looking like his usual self this map. Just making a huge whiff and a punishing one at that. Modera goes down and Ztrax finds a third on Novus, and that is going to be a second round going to No Name Gaming. And could this be the Rogue Energy comeback? I mean, that was such a valuable round for them. They needed to win that. They need to win basically every round going into this, going forward. They need the economy on their side. They need to win so they can even the score for the second half. This is No Name's, or this is Operavid's map pick, so No Name has to at least give them a challenge on it to give them, both teams,
The spike is down. I have the spike.
a difference. And Modera gets one before just getting right out. That is the Waylay ability at work.
Very good pick. That's their smokes going down. Maybe in a little bit of trouble now, but they can't smoke off site.
Cage triggered.
We're gonna see a slowdown coming by for No Name. And it looks like they are gonna go in, but this ult is just gonna be used to fully stall them. And it looks like they are gonna have to take another pause, maybe even back out again. As we see Luxing trying to lurk. Will he find the win? He's gonna take some damage, exchange a little bit with Zumi, but he's gonna have to back up. Now he's just kind of in between a rock and a hard spot. He's gonna go back, try and see if he can find that pick. He's hiding right behind box, trying to swing out, trying to find something. Right next to the trip, he
30
knows it's
seconds
there. Meanwhile, Ztrax trying to see if he can find a 1v1. He's gonna TP back. And that's gonna be a pick for Luxing on Zumi. No, both teams are down their Astra. And now it's gonna be a crunch. One pick found, 1-for-1 trade. Ronnie, another 1-for-1 trade and a 2v2. It is Ztrax and Ronnie versus 9 and loaded.
Planted.
Operavid's players split up. There goes the Seekers. Are they going to be aware of 9's position? Can he find something? He's going to get a little bit of spray, but not able to find one. But both Operavid's players are able to find their shots. And that is going to be a 7th round, giving them a guaranteed lead in this half.
My ultimate is ready.
And SpaceX has lost his parlay and his house. Unfortunate. He was betting on the 13-0. Would that happen to be you, Corey Monta, who has bet against our good friend in chat? Are you the one who put the counter parlay?
Yes.
All right. Well, unfortunately, SpaceX, you are going to be having to pay the Corey Manta your house for losing your parlay against him. Quite unfortunate, I do say, but
Put the rest of your money on the next map. You'll win it back.
yes, do dare to bet against Celestial Neptune.
Face your
Anyways, we are going to get a big hit coming in from No Name. A lot of votes being invested, and it's just going to clear out all of sight. But it's also going to be a question of how well they can play this post play. And Ztrax might get a timing. No, he's going to lose it to 9. Not aware that he was that close. And that's going to be the Cypher ult, the Neuralink. And Zumi just put Fralv in a box.
Last
The swing
player
out
standing.
by No Name. Why are they? What are they doing? They have this. Actually, no. Spike isn't planted for them. That's what they're doing. And Luxing just has to run away, not able to win the 1v5, and that's going to be the 8th round. Going to Oprovitz. Oprovitz just looking dominant once again. Maybe a little shaken up, but returning back to what they were, their original form.
Is not looking good for No Name.
Definitely not. Right
Now
now,
we win.
Nine and Madara are just putting on a highlight reel of a game, each one getting their own frag compilation, looking like a FaZe Clan montage.
They really have to play this one carefully. If they lose this round, I'm not sure what they're bringing into the last round.
Well,
Of
I
the
mean,
half.
if they win and lose one, we could get the 9-3 curse, a Valorant specialty, I do say. And Ronnie might have accidentally talked in party chat. Unfortunately, because of that, we are going to have to automatically disqualify. I'm kidding.
What's
And
going
we
on
are
the
going to
VLR
get the
page,
B
buddy?
hit. Novus, a lot of pressure on site. We're gonna get one through the spam, a lot of spam going down, and it's gonna be an even exchange, 2-2. Novus still on site, has to be careful. Luxing gonna peek into him. Novus in a box, 8 bullets left, not able to find anything. Nightmare at half HP. 9 all alone, but he has been the hero this game so far, but not able to find his Luxing gets the Sentinel diff. And that is gonna be the 3. Now, if
Last
Oprovitz
round
wins
in the
this, we
half.
will get the 9. And right now, both teams are starting to really hit their shots. You know, we've been seeing a lot of sleepiness so far in this game.
Yes, this should do.
You know, I mean, what it sounds like is that they need Rogue Energy using code CLSC10 for 10% off your purchase.
They definitely do.
Yep. I mean, Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy gives you intense focus and extreme energy, so make sure to buy Rogue Energy using code CLC10 for 10% off. Anyways, we are going back to a B hit with a lot of mid aggression. Novus able to find an early pick with that op. Luxing able to find Madara. Finds 3 towards mid. Luxing, what is that? And now it is a 2v4. And you see Novus starting to back away. He has his knives out.
Spike planted.
Can one of these last 2 players, Novus or 9, be the hero for Oprovitz? And Novus is just getting Yuto dumped. 9 has to see if he can find something. Gonna try and take a 1v1 on Luxing. Able to find it with the jiggle spots.
Player standing.
But Ronnie able to spam, and Frau gets the backstab on 9, and it's going to be an 8-4.5.
No 9-3 for this
Switching
team.
sides.
Yep, and we'll see if that's a good thing or a bad thing going into this second half. And just remember, anything can happen. We've seen 11-1 in VCT. We've seen 12-0 in certain scenarios. Some of you guys in chat might have had your own 12-0 experience, but
That should wet.
it's all about how well you can take it mentally. Can you reset? Can you focus back up? Do you think you can still win? That is the question.
Looking like that's certainly the case for Luxings. You know, Luxings was 0 and what was it, 4 at one point in this map, and they're really coming through. Now the second frag of their team. This could
Definitely.
be what No Name needed.
Yep, a quiet man has awoken. And we're gonna see a lot of aggression coming in from No Name, trying to take space and aiming early. And we see a lot of spam coming in from Oprovitz, seeing if they can get lucky. But not able to find anything, and that smoke is just gonna be so oppressive. A mid aggression coming in from Ronnie, but goes down to 9. And now that's gonna call for the rotates. You see Luxing pushed up. Now he's gonna try and back away. All 5 players are rotating through B main, crossing mid, just going through B. They're making sure to clear things diligently. Luxing hears all this noise and is going to start calling for these rotates. Is he going to find something? They fail to clear the corner properly, and he gets 2.
Spike down B.
Novus able to get the trade, but now numbers have evened up. Stomping being made by Oprovitz, but all a distraction to lead for Nine's Lurk. Able to get a timing, but not able to find a pick. And he has such a deep positioning as the last players of Operavid start rotating all the way to A. If
30
Nine can
seconds
insert
left.
himself into this position without getting caught, this would be so deadly. And it's going to come down to this 1v1, I think. Who's going to win it? Z-Trax is going to win the 1v1. That is probably going to give him a little bit of input that they're going A. The smoke probably will confirm it as well. And Z-Trax
seconds left.
just holding, waiting for his team, making sure not to give a meaningless 1v1.
Looks like they're going to try and play a post plant here. Not a lot of util to work with.
And all three players have fled onto site. That knife is going to prevent any
Last
util from
player
being used. Novus flushed out by Z-Trax, and now the last hold left side, Zumi. Nightmare able to get the clean one tap. And that is going to be another round going for Nightmare, trying to keep the momentum going that they created at the end of the last half. Now, Operavids might have an opportunity. It looks like they do want a half buy, see if they can get some sheriffs, see if they can do a little bit of damage. And even if they don't win this round, if they can get a good amount of guns out of the hands of Nightmare, it will be a big win, especially with their lead.
Woo! Let's start. Obscuring vision.
Does look like No Name is going for a bit of an aggressive push to get that orb. It looks like they're really just trying to farm that Astro alt.
Yep. Her ult is very powerful, especially on this map, being able to basically pressure in the entire other team to move however you want them to. When Spike is planted, you're gonna see them start flooding out slowly through Link. Wall is gonna
Gotta
be spotted.
careful. Ronnie's right there with a stinger, ready to shoot. Ronnie catches one off guard, catches 9. Nightmare catches Zumi, but Loaded trades out Zumi.
Looks like finds a little bit of damage through that Guardian spam, but it's gonna just back away carefully. Madara trying to look for one with this stinger that he picked up, but just gonna back away as Novus goes in, trying to see if he can find a shot with this Sheriff. And he is able to get one, but Madara goes down in mid, so now it's a 2v3, a Sheriff and a Guardian in hand. What can they do? Low HP, Loaded, not able to take more than about one shot from from a given gun. And a crossfire is going to be held. Novus finds one on Ronnie. Last two players, 2v2. Novus spotted, and I think with Loaded is too.
Player standing.
And Novus is baited. The smoke goes in. And Z-Trax able to find a body shot unloaded, and that is going to be a round converted, but still very costly as they only bring home 2 guns.
Hey, yeah.
Unfortunate round for them, but what can you do with only a couple of sheriffs? Going into this next round, though, they are going to get a full buy out of here. This is going to be dangerous. I'm excited to see what they're going to do here.
I should play some Astro
Speaking of
Fire
full
this
buy,
round.
we're seeing SpaceX put a second parlay, trying to double or nothing on 9, dropping 25 plus. But that's what they told me. I guess I've been misinformed by the team themselves. Madara is apparently not their IGL this game. I have been lied to, chat. So, because of that, we are rigging the match for the rest of the series.
Who is their IGL this game? Dun, 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 na, 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 na.
Right, we are just waiting on the ready. We are having some internet troubles from one of the players. As you can see, looks like he's at 250 ping. Probably not natural. I mean, Corey, have you ever played on 250 ping consistent?
I surely have.
How'd that go for you?
Not great, but that's what it's like playing CS on EU servers.
Isn't that just your average Russian in CS?
Absolutely. And they're still dropping 40.
And then they will scream words in Russians that we technically can't say on stream for the sake of family friendliness.
Yep.
Speaking of
learned
things
more
we should
foreign
say on
language.
stream. Speaking of things we should say on stream, Rogue Energy, the sponsor of Celestial Esports, use code CLST10 for 10% off your purchase. Currently in front of me, I have a tub of strawberry banana energy drink. I mean, I'd say
How
it's
is
not
it?
bad after trying it. Definitely not my favorite, I'd say, but definitely not bad. Would recommend. 75 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. If you're getting 16
Oh.
ounces, use 2 scoops. And I mean, yeah. What
Not
can
bad
I
at
say?
all.
That's a good amount of caffeine. Same amount as like one of the smaller energy drinks, I'd say.
I
Right?
don't have one next to me for once. I can't actually check.
I don't know. Depends on what brand and what kind of energy drink you get. It could go from like 100 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, I think. So, yeah, it really depends.
Let's check, shall we?
Yep, Rogue Energy helps with intense focus and extreme energy.
Right there.
Perfect for your gaming sessions, especially when you're in the esports side and you need to lock in.
Oh, 75 milligrams of scoop, you said?
75 milligrams a scoop.
It's the exact same amount as Monster White Energy. Monster Energy White. I don't remember what it's called. Ultra White.
Yep. Still waiting on LookSync to come back with the internet problems, so we are just chilling around. I mean, Corey, you haven't had the sampler, have you?
I have not.
Your sampler
Actually-
went to one of our
John
other.
Counter Strike.
I mean, is there any flavor in general in mind you had that you're interested in?
Oh, I don't remember it off my head. Let me go find it. When did I get? Let me see. It was the. Come on now. Oh, the Tiger's Blood. That was the one I was
Oh,
looking at.
Tiger's Blood. I did happen to try that one as well.
I heard
Not
it's
bad,
pretty
I
good.
would say. Yeah, a little bit of like a nice orangish flavor, but a little bit more than that, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely something to enjoy. And we can see the Operavids players all huddled around the Valorant spray, the Valorant logo, but shocking, like a little cult ritual. We
Interesting.
I shall drag him into VC. All right. I think we are about to get back into it. I think LookSync should be coming back. Should be coming back soon. He has just rejoined our Discord calls at the very least, so I think he should be returning any second now.
In the meantime, Abood, what's your favorite style of fry?
Style of fry?
Yeah, like
Ooh, that's a
are
good
you, like,
question.
You a crinkle, you a curly, waffle.
If I had to
straight
ch-
cut.
I personally like the shoestring fries. If those are ever an option.
Fancy.
Yes, sir. The extra thin cuts, a lot of crispiness. I mean,
I get you.
just enough to not be considered a potato chip, but still a lot of crispiness and a lot of flavor and a lot more flavor because it's fried even more. a condiment to add to fries. I mean,
Yeah.
the simple go-to is ketchup, right? Or maybe even I've seen some people use mayonnaise. Even more people use ranch. I've
I
seen.
love ranch.
Have you ever tried the McDonald's fries with their sweet and sour sauce?
I have.
And it looks like we are about to get back into it. So we are going to be back live. We are going to start off with another B hit, and we're going to see aggression coming in from A by Nightmare. And this is not, or by No Name. And this is not a good call, because that leaves the weak side solely to Luxing. If he gets taken out early, I mean, it would be bad news. He doesn't even have his wall here, so it's going to be hard to stall the Razorvine's the only thing holding back these players. And Luxing trying to find a headshot with the Sheriff, but not able to find it as Novus sprays him down. And now Sight completely taken over.
Rotate call.
Yep, it is going to just be a pure retake, but Madara in a very aggressive position. Can he find the timing? Can he find multiple going in? Not even looking the right way. That slow is not going to help as Nightmare able to get the headshot with the Sheriff. Cosmetic utility, you could say. And the smoke is just going to be so oppressive, but it looks like they want to just flood straight out of it through a flash. Though, just going to be stalled out. We're just going to see him run through the
Player standing.
grenade, but taken out. And now in a tough spot, trying to find one. He finds two. Nightmare not able to close out, but a big 3K nonetheless. And it's going to put us at 9-6 Operavids in the lead.
Wait. Okay. It's fine.
And I mean,
Okay.
that was still a big play from Nightmare. Almost able to charge up his ult also, as even though not able to win the round, it's going to put a big damper on Operavids' economy. And you can see that in their buys.
Absolutely. Looks like Novice is only opting for a share. Probably going to use the knives.
Get out
Once
of my
again,
way.
putting only Luxing over on B site. Hopefully they're faster with the rotate this time. Last round, they almost had all of sight before they even called the rotate.
Well, it looks like it's intended to be a fake by Operavids, having both the duelists make noise towards B, trying to bait rotates, but Z-Trax in an aggressive spot gets a first pick and now is just trying to hold the line. Has to be careful he has a TP down as he throws his second. And you can see Operavids now showing a lot of respect for Nightmare, or No Name. I keep calling him Nightmare.
Don't miss me too much.
Quite unfortunate.
Ronnie
And
catches
Madara taken out.
Gun here.
And Z-Trax able to find another in this aggressive position, trying to find more. He goes his flash, but loaded with the running gun. What is that? I wish my gun did that. It only does it against my players.
Player standing.
And Novus all alone has his knife, has a rifle, trying to just duck cover. Finds a third. Prowler is gonna find him. Gets a hit. And now 1v1. Knives out. Could look
30
for the right
seconds
click.
left.
Here's him. Try to jump around. He gets the right click. Novus with the 4K.
Rogue
Gets an
energy clutch.
And what a crazy play. We are seeing that. I mean, those are some insane shots. Novus in such a spot, such a bind. He couldn't hear. He was caught by the grab by Fade. I am spacing right now. Holy crap. And still able to find 3 picks and then isolate the 1v1 to close out with the jet knives. And that is going to force No Name on Sheriffs. Oh my god, that got me stuttering.
Too slow.
And Madara able to find an early pick on Ralph, trying to lurk up mid with the Sheriff. Completely denied. And now all the players on Operavids are going to try and go B. Looks like respect is going to be given as the players
Here.
on Nightmare are just going to play retake, making sure not to get flanked.
Cage triggered.
Have to be careful.
Cage triggered.
And you see Madara going back up, but is going to get punished by Z-Trax. Now back to a 4v4. 1 rifle is acquired, I do believe. But how many more can they find? And Nightmare able to find another great shot with that Sheriff. And now 3v4, numbers actually favoring Nightmare, even though they're on a full Sheriff buy. Second rifle acquired now. An advantage not as there.
Pulling them in.
Is Zumi gonna get spotted out? Nightmare able to see him, but not hit the shot. Traded out. And now 2v1. The flash is gonna hit both of them, but with the last shot, Luxing with the headshot. And that is a round for Nightmare, No Name
All that.
on their Sheriff buy, nonetheless.
This is where someone says
Oh,
something pithy and
I mean,
Now
when
they
you
have
hit
enough
Sheriff
money
shots
for-
like that,
Go
if you
ahead.
hit Sheriff shots like that, man, you can win any round, really.
Absolutely. And look at that. Now they all got rifles and full shields, and the tides have turned. OPZ is now on the Sheriff and Stinger buy.
Now we wait.
Yep. And we're just waiting on Frau and Zumi to try and catch fire. Both of them have been silent this entire game in comparison to the rest of the team.
Not ready yet.
And we're seeing a lot of flood towards A-Link, a lot of pressure. Nightmare able to find the first two, but taken out, traded by Modder with that Sheriff. Frau able to find a third.
One enemy remaining.
And elite ball knowledge as Frau spams the box on loaded. No detection necessary. And he's just gonna overheat. 9 reloading his Stinger, gonna get caught out, and Frau, like I just called out, needed to find his momentum. That might have just been it. And fragging like his PC's about to get taken away.
Calling us out for saying OPZ's name wrong.
Yep.
Now we wait.
Operatives.
Oh, operatives. I thought it was operatives. My bad, gang.
I also thought it was
Rip and
operatives.
tear.
I heard that somewhere. and
Operatives.
I probably heard it from you, dude.
Not ready yet.
You are divided.
And we are gonna get the ult coming in.
We're alive.
And that's just gonna be all his side. Madara trying to flood through, and he somehow wins the fight against Luxing. Madara back turned and still wins. What is this plot armor? Madara showing his anime character self. And Nightmare gets the backstab on 9. Nightmare and Z-Trax trying to hold the line, but operatives setting up their post plan. Spike is planned for long. 3 players holding there, and Madara just trying to keep going with that plot armor, I guess.
Or it gets
But
taken
punished
out
by Nightmare.
2v3. They're still looking for it.
Last player standing.
And Z-Trax finds the trade on Novus, but now in a 1v2.
Just
Both
running of
spread out
time
long.
here.
And just trying to hit a gunshot, but cannot. And I mean, it's giving bronze, but with platinum confidence. Anyways. Yeah, we're gonna have Nightmare, or No Name is just has all their ults online. So this could be a very strong round for them, but at the same time, their buys aren't 100% there. Nightmare on a Stinger. I mean, then again, operatives are kind of in the same boat. They don't have the best of buys either. Just they have full rifles. But whoever wins this round is probably going to take a good lead going forward.
It looks like they're looking at punishing that B site once again, knowing that they pretty much only keep Luxings on it. But they're going to call to rotate out faster this time, knowing that they normally do get punished on B site.
And Novus caught all alone on site. Has to be careful. The Prowler might not. And he's just gonna stay tucked. The rotates are coming in, but all this noise is being heard, and the rotates are being made. The lurk timing though.
Spike down.
D-Track's able to find one, but Zumi gets the trade. We're gonna get a flank fast. Look at the position of 9. Look at Novus. Novus able to find Luxing,
Slowing back in
and
front.
Spawn is completely taken. What the? And Ronnie
He just
almost gets away with it.
snuck by. Can't quite.
Spike planted.
And the last two players on flank, they probably have an idea about this, considering the trip was broken. But Scooby with his knife out gets caught lacking. Cypher Neuralink is going to be used, but all three players playing backside. Spike, I don't even think is planted for them.
My eyes are down.
No, it is. And it's just going to be these last two trying to hold it. And Waylay gonna pop ult, and that is just all she wrote. 12-8, and No Name is on a horrible bye.
Match point.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And then bring it back with less.
Well, we saw them on Sheriffs. We know that they can be Deagle Demons, but I mean, is that a consistent thing? Is that a one-off thing? 4 ults still available. They could pull this together if they really feel like it, but how much do they want it? How much do they believe? We'll see right now.
Once again, going for that B site with only Luxings on it. It's just a matter of whether or not Luxings can call the rotate, and the team can rotate fast enough.
Doing a thing.
And just dancing back in halls, has to try and find something, but not able to hit that Sheriff shots, and he goes down. Ult not able to be used this round, and same with Nightmare not being able to pop his ult and losing the fight. Madara getting fully healed up by the Sky, and he's gonna find a third Madara trying to overheat, but shut down. Unfortunately, he thought he had Plottermer. Turns out this is an anime.
I've got your trail.
Now, last two remaining players, only Z-Trax with ult. Willie pop it, he is going to. And he's going to clear out Novus and Halls. Last two players are long. Novus is full flash. Has to be careful, but picked the wrong time to pull out as the flash was just about to wear down. And now Ronnie all alone on site finds the first. Can he find the last 3 players? I don't think he is, and he's gonna get swung. He gets a dink, but not a kill. He finds one, but that is all she wrote as Operatives close this first map and their map pick. I mean, that was a great map. We saw a little bit of back and forth, but unfortunately, it was just Operatives getting an early lead and just holding that exact lead
Economy
to the end.
for No Name was just brutal. They got a break for a little bit, but they just could not keep that break rolling.
Yep. I mean, what can you really do when you lose the first 6 rounds consecutively? Even though it is extremely hard to bring that back, and then after that, it was just a real back and forth of 2 wins before I mean, at the end, it was just Operavit's able to close out, but not a
Absolutely.
lead that you can come back from.
However, this next map is Sunset, picked by No Name.
Yep. We are going to go back to, yeah, we are going to Sunset. It is going to be Operatives on attack, No Name on defense, or Operatives on attack, No Name on defense. But before that, we are going to take a little bit of a break. So until then, see ya. And we are back for round 2. We are on Sunset, which is No Name's pick. Last round did go to Operatives 13-8, I believe. So a must-win round for No Name to stay in or be eliminated. So, I mean, after what we saw from last map, you think No Name has a chance, Corey?
Being that this is their pick, I'm hoping that they practiced it. So I'm gonna say, yeah, they do have a fighting chance.
The big question
Hopefully,
it
we'll
looks
see
like
that.
big question looks like is No Name doesn't have any flashes. They have they have a Gecko blind and they have an Omen blind, but they don't have like a KO or a breach or anything like that. So could that be a struggle for them? Could that hinder their abilities to take sites, take space?
Which is interesting because normally we've been seeing Nightmare on that KO.
Well, I mean, last round we saw him on Waylay, and no, we saw him on KO. Yeah, you're right. So KO not necessarily a meta pick on this map, but definitely not a bad pick either. Old meta was Breach Teo, but Teo got removed or got hard nerfed, and Breach also got nerfed. So a lot of teams have been looking for alternatives, and we're actually seeing a bit of a revival from Sky, who has been out of the meta for quite a bit. Ever since they nerfed her rechargeable flashes. And now we'll see if No Name can make a statement coming out early into this map. See if they can show that they will bring this to a map 3 if they really want it enough. I mean, right now, Chad has been saying No Name are known throwers. Will they hold true to that statement? And meanwhile, we're gonna start off with No Name looking towards A big stack, and it's gonna be the wrong one if they do so. I mean, definitely not a. Oh, there's a bot. Respan the bot. Anyways, definitely not what you want to see. What you do want to see is rogue energy, but anyways, we're gonna see this aggression coming out on A site from No Name, but that's not where the enemies are. It's gonna be a B hit. They have no info. They don't even have a mid trip going for them, so they have to manually clear out mid, and it's just gonna delay the rotates even further. And now Luxing really all alone. Nope, it's gonna get a little bit of help, but how much help will it really be? As Ronnie gets the first pick on Novus, and there goes their Cypher, there goes their possible flank, and that means they have to hold it just a little bit more carefully. But all 5 players are going to flood out through CT and or market. Luxing gonna swing out, but taken out quickly. Nightmare able to find one, Modern. And there's just a total deletion as No Name cleans up house. Only losing 2, which was Luxing and Nightmare. Everything just went spy so fast, you couldn't really even think about it. And there goes the bot. And it looks like they're gonna go for this stack towards A again. They do have gun advantage, and they do want. It looks like they want to just play full retakes on B. Not a bad strategy, I would say. What say you, Corey?
Let's start this party.
Not terrible. I'm interested to see how this works out later on.
And we're gonna get the same take, but that lack of mid trip towards
Cage triggered.
by Nightmare or No Name is going to bite them in the butt just a little bit, as now they have to manually hold that smoke and they have to be careful. And look, the backstab on Luxing is going to be there. The lack of info just makes it that much harder, and Modder finds a second pick on Nightmare. And so much more control and so much more space is being held. And two picks by Ronnie with this Phantom. Trying to will it back together.
Looks like Nine might get caught out here.
One enemy
Does get
remaining.
caught with his knife out.
Find you.
And Z-Trax
Z-Trax
able
comes
to
to
save
that.
his teammate. And that's gonna be a second round, but not necessarily a good one. By Nightmare or No Name. I keep saying Nightmare. I hate myself. I think I need to drink some more Rogue Energy, the sponsor of Celestial Esports. Use code CLSD10 for 10% off your purchase. We are gonna get a tech pause.
What the hellion?
Another tech pause because it's probably Luxing's internet once again. I mean, I think we might be having internet troubles again from Luxing, who for one reason or another is just having really high ping. Looks like we are about to come back.
Let me unpause it here.
All right, we are live. Let's see if these internet troubles will affect Luxing more so. We are going to get this A hit from both teams. We've seen a lot of aggression coming in from No Name towards his B side, and we're not going to lose that aggression. But we're going to see even more aggression coming in from Operatives. And they find an early pick on Frau. Gotta be careful as all these players start backing up, start playing time. But are they aware of this close angle by Ronnie? I don't think they are aware. He's gonna swing out and catch a timing as Z-Trax also finds what the op, but two players on No Name go down and Z-Trax just pops his ult and forces them to rotate back slowly. But look at where Madara is trying to get aggressive, but I don't think he realizes he has a spike.
Last player standing.
Well, it does not matter because he just finds the pick with the on Z-Trax. Operator is down and Luxing all
Does
alone.
look like Madara is informed that they did have the spike.
Spike planted.
And Luxing only a judge in hand, trying to use this classic to take the space. Might go for the op. He will, and he's just gonna save it. As would I. As would I, Luxing.
Round op
And
is a
he's-
dangerous game.
Definitely. In a game as slow as Valorant, a gun like the Operator, I feel like is a lot more powerful than a lot of other kind of games. I mean, depending on who you ask, you could argue that the op could be even more powerful in this game than CS, just because how slow the game feels. You know? You could argue it. Especially with characters that are designed specifically to op, like a Jet or a Chamber that can get out for free.
I need this.
No punishment for
True.
bad angles.
I need this.
This is true. But the op in CS is dangerous just because of
Let's
how
go there.
fast you can be with it.
True as well. But I'd argue everyone's fast in that game.
Yeah, that's true.
It's an argument, right? Anyways, we are going to
Long
see
debated.
a little bit more passiveness coming in from No Name. Still stacking 4 towards that A site though, and a lot of info is getting gathered by his initiator util. It's going to force a little bit of a slowdown coming in from operatives. And Nightmare taking a little bit of contact, backing away, going back to site, but now put in a box. Not able to find one. Z-Trax in his weird angle, but he gets a second chance and finds it. Frau not able to find his pick. And two-player in Dice, one finds one. Z-Trax looking for a pick. The distraction is able to get Ronnie a backstab. Now, Ronnie all out on site though. Has spike control, but 23 HP and both players eyeing his positioning. Able to find one, the spray down, not able to find the second. Up in hand, has spike control, has a grenade, is gonna use it. Still has his boom bot, but he's just gonna swing and find the pick. And that is Z-Trax with that saved op, able to get them the third round.
They think we wouldn't fight back? Dead wrong.
And it's going to be a big question of where is Z-Trax playing with this op. This map is still very powerful for op players. When you can play in B main, when you can play in top mid, when you can play on A, on those. There's so many different angles that can benefit an op player. So it's really a question of can they outplay it, and it looks like Z-Trax has a read a little bit.
Get out of my way!
As it's going to be a quiet hit towards B, but that just means that Z-Trax is going to be on the right side of this. If he gets on top of the box in market, he could find something. He's going to close door.
So weird with that mid, but
And Roddy able to find the first blood of Madara. Finds a second, but traded out by Zumi. 9 able to find Luxing. Now a 3v3.
Spike planted.
And Frau trying to fight on site, but might get caught out. Reloading. Not going to get pushed.
Blinded.
He's going to get pressured by Loaded, but taken out. 9 able to find one, but Z-Trax able to get the quick scope to trade. Unfortunately, the Stinger was not powerful enough there. Sometimes it can be the most dangerous weapon in the game. Other times it feels like it is shooting you with pebbles.
Shame. I love explosions.
Starting to see why this was No Name's map pick.
Said this wouldn't be fun.
It does appear that they practiced this map quite a bit. Their retakes are looking very clean.
Yep,
And they're holding the
definitely.
crosses.
And a big difference maker has been Ronnie and Z-Trax just winning their engagements so often. Ronnie almost always finding at least 2 in a round, and Z-Trax just getting one with the op every
They don't
time.
have a chance.
It is a dangerous game to play against those two. We're going to see a little bit more quiet pressure towards B. Again, the side that Z-Trax is set up on, holding that mid pressure, but we are going to get a little bit of a fake, I think, from 9 Sova. But all these footsteps are going to be heard. 9 is not a fake, but a lurk, and is going to take contact in elbow. Who's going to win? Nightmare able to get the first fake, and that might make operatives reconsider their decisions. It looks like they were trying to rotate off of that lurk, but with that lurk gone, gonna make a lot more question marks going towards this A site. You can see Madara starting his lurk as well towards mid. Trying to answer some of those question marks, but only gonna add more. And now
Extra
another
information that one is in mid, waiting.
1-for-1 trade. Nightmare takes out Novus, but Loaded able to get a return. Now it's going to be a stall from Valve.
I'll fight you. 30
Hyper so
seconds
weirdly, Weary knows that Z-Trax likes to play there, but doesn't expect Z-Trax to have rotated
left.
back into mid.
Remaining.
And an empty back as Ronnie finds Loaded. Frau able to find Zumi. And that is a 5th round going to No Name. And that is going to cause a timeout as operatives not very sure how they need to work this map. If they go A, they fight the 4-stack. If they go B, they fight the insane retake from that 4-stack. And it seems like they can't find info mid, even if there is no top mid trip. It's a no-win solution going forward from here. And right now, that is a huge problem. What do you think is the solution, Corey?
I'm not even really sure right now. They're just having a hard time figuring out what site that they aren't stacked up on. But even the site, even when they're hitting sites that they aren't stacked up on, that Z-Trax is just there and is deadly. Z-Trax has been getting the perfect read on them almost every time. Paired with Ronnie, just fragging out. Really, they just need to
Definitely.
take out Z-Trax or Ronnie, and they'll almost certainly have a round win.
Yep. But if you have a dynamic duo like that, kind of like what it feels like to play against the 10 Zekin duo, or any combo like that, it feels like even if you take one out, the other one can still find 3 and bring the round back. It almost feels like there is no solution, no matter who you target, no matter who you can kick picks on, because the other one will just make a hero play anyways. And we see a big push up on B main, but not able to find one is Z-Trax as he backs away and tries to reposition with this op. Madara gonna flood out, dash in, Z-Trax finds one, but taken out. Nightmare tries to get a spam on Madara. Ronnie able to find one. Madara with a 3K on the Sheriff. And he's gonna look for more. He wants to be the hero.
Going hunting, he does get a
Or
fourth.
going for 5. He is going to play the aggressive position. He wants this. He needs it. And you see Luxing playing it weary, but give away his position with the classic. And there's the ace. That is it. That, I mean, he's playing chess. They're just playing checkers, man. This
Absolutely.
is insane. Honestly, just build different. Build different right there. He wants to bring it back. He wants to end it quickly. Remember what I said about the hot date? Can't let his team down right there. And now he's going to keep the op, actually, which is a little bit surprising for an entry duelist.
I used to be an entry duelist opper too. It can be a dangerous one if you're quick with it.
Yeah, but if you miss your shot, you are cooked.
Absolutely. It is a double-edged sword.
Now it looks like they're going to slowly explore towards A site. The stack was actually towards B this round, oddly enough. The Dart's going to clear out a little bit of elbow. Madara trying to get into an aggressive position, gonna back away. It looks like they're just gonna play retake on A site with a little bit of spam, seeing if they can find any damage, maybe a pick. Loaded, gonna get spammed from the trip.
Down A.
Odin just being such a menace. And Smoke's gonna go down, and that's gonna be a free pick for Madara. And that fatal raids rocket gonna find one on Novus, but Novus able to get the kill before getting hit by it.
Enemy remaining.
And it's just dismantlement by operatives. And Ronnie trying to play the hero once again, grabs an op. It might not have been on purpose. Yep, he picks up a phantom, trying to see if he can find anything. Prowler goes in, but finds one somehow, but cannot find the other. And honestly, that round had
Let's go. I got
that round
things
had
to
no
do.
business being winnable whatsoever.
Looks like Madara's dropping down the op, or choosing not to pick one back up after that round, and going back with the trusty Vandal. Very interesting considering how deadly he's been with that op.
Yep. And maybe we'll see it back on the defensive end, but on attack, it's just so hard to effectively entry when there's so many angles you have to check, and an op is not good at that. And here comes some mid-flood, but 9 able to find one, traded out by Luxing with the Sheriff. Madara able to find Nightmare. The ult is going to come in. Bald, not there. Ronnie saves his teammate. Madara gets a pick on Ronnie.
One enemy remaining.
Luxing finds one. Madara gets the trade on Foul, and Luxing with the 4K, the thrifty round. What the heck is going on? And that's going to be the 6th round, going for No Name. Corey, do you know what happened?
I do not. That was such a fast-paced round.
Yep, for such a slow and methodical game, especially the esports scene, we just saw a blitz going in. absolute massacre going on from both sides.
That
I
goes
mean-
there. This goes here. Yes, this should do.
We're gonna see another mid take coming in from operatives, but Frau is able to find a first blood unloaded. No flashes going in, and a little bit more spray down by Frau. He's gonna get scanned out by the dart, and he's just gonna back away. Shocks are gonna be used. Has to be careful. A lot of mid pressure.
Waiting for
Nightmare.
one to walk into his crosshair. Dinks Madara, but can't quite finish him off because of that Phantom. Had a Vandal, he probably would have gotten a pick there.
Nightmare has to be careful. This peek is very scary. It looks like he's just gonna play careful. No, he's gonna keep peeking. He wants to find something. He's greedy. And we're gonna they're gonna expect the pressure coming in from Nightmare. And it's just gonna be a
One
crunch
enemy remaining.
as it's
Spike
just
down,
a
mid.
slaughter. Novus trying to keep something alive, but with the pressure coming in from all sides, will he feel it? Novus trying to find something. He is able to find Luxing, but Ronnie able to swing it out, and that is another round for No Name. I mean, right now, Madara just needs to be the hero for his team. He's been getting so many frags, not really being supported by operatives. Madara has been the sole lone wolf going in for them this map.
West, keep your guard up.
Now, we're gonna see, looks like a bit of a default. The shift towards B, maybe an end towards B, but they want to work a B split. Door's gonna be closed. Still have to be careful of top mid because they never trip it.
I got the spike.
It's just gonna be a slow approach.
Waiting to peek
Madara.
one out on Cam.
Madara with an outlaw. Other team has no light shield, so might not prove to be super effective.
Ronnie looking to get an early pick here on 9, but 9 backs off. Going to help his team out over on B.
Right now, Luxing the only one on site on B, so he's gonna feel this pressure a lot as they flood in. Plant is gonna go
Hasn't quite called
down.
to rotate. Z-Trax and Ronnie's still there. Oh, they're starting to rotate now.
They have to be careful of Nine's mid lurk, and that's a pick by Madara with this sheriff. He has looked like a demon, trying to find more, but not able to land the shots. Luxing gets the trade. Still on site, and it's gonna be a full call back into main. But that back lurk is gonna be so dangerous as Nine gets such a good timing.
Grenade.
Camera taken out.
And Ronnie able to find a pick. Nine whipping his
One
shots.
enemy remaining.
Vector not good at long ranges, and Z-Trax able to just clean house. And it's going to be another round going to No Name Gaming.
I love explosions.
And Madara is still trying to be the hero, but unfortunately,
Round before
this
the
is where heroes die.
Spend those creds before we lose them.
This is a really good map pick for No Name. This Ronnie and Z-Trax duo, it looks like they have played this map together a lot.
Yep, you can see the total mastery between the set aggression, the retakes, and they understand the map holes, weaknesses, and strengths, and they're playing to it well. They're good, and it looks like operatives are just gonna go for a fast B take. No mid lurk, no lurks, nothing. It's just gonna be speed and aggression. But that cage is gonna be so deadly. The spray down, Nightmare able to find one of Madara, and there goes the hero Zumi able to find Luxing. Frau getting the trade, however. Nightmare able to find a second,
Another look for
third,
third, and a
or
fourth.
fourth,
Grenade.
and
Switching
this-
sides.
I mean this isn't even rain. This is just pure art. You know.
We'll be
One side
possibly
is-
seeing this 9-3 curse that we were hoping for last map.
Yep. They went in. I mean, that last round, It just looked like operatives went in like it was a COD lobby. It got sent back to the menu. Quite unfortunate. Can
Wondering
they
if
bring it
they're,
back the second half?
Wondering if their comms are like a COD lobby.
Hopefully stream doesn't hear that. What they do need to hear is CLST for 10% off, CLST 10 for 10% off your purchase at Rogue Energy. Anyways, we're gonna get the A takes to start off the second half. Luxing able to find a pick on 9 in that mid lurk, denying that aggression, and it's just gonna force operatives into tough angles. The flood coming out. And Z-Trax able to find Novus. Sight is being taken. Frau finds Zumi. A little bit of damage taken, but damage is not kills.
They're going hunting with the
There.
sheriff. It's been deadly with it before.
Still waiting. Where are we?
Does get
And Moder
one.
able to find a
Gets
shot.
two.
Finds 2. Raid boss is still alive. There is a chance. Moder seeing if he can find any isolated picks, but not being given.
Last player
The
standing.
discipline is being shown, but Moder on for the ace. Can he find it?
2 bullets running out of time. Z-Trax
Not
baiting
able to
with
find it.
time does kill him with the classic.
And masterfully played. Unfortunately, you can only do so much by yourself. 1v5 is just a pure jumping, and right now Madara is getting jumped, and he is not taking out the legendary Sonic by himself.
Gasp.
Not this time, at least.
A gasp from Madara.
Let's go.
We're seeing Madara with his Marshall trying to get aggressive, but the mid hit is the call going in. They're gonna slow flood out. You see operatives forcing this round. They know they have to win. They can't afford to lose another round. And they're gonna flood out market. It's gonna demand some respect. 9 takes a little damage from that from pulling out a shock dart. And you just see a lot of blood towards B site.
Spike planted.
And Madara trying to hold the line. He has a Marshall. He's in main, trying to see if he can find anything. And Novus just trying to hold space himself. But
Last player
Madara goes down to a 2 swing. Now Novus gets crunched and put in a box like his Fortnite hit for 200 and goes down.
Where will they go this time?
11-3 in the name of no name. This is
Going
not
to
looking
map
good for
3.
them.
Yeah. And more so, it is not looking good for that hot date.
That goes there.
Madara might have to put it off just a little bit so that way he can
This
play
goes
map
here.
3.
Yalla, Mshina. Ah, this is a nice spot.
Let's see. Another call for a mid aggression. We're gonna get the door to close, and look how much more respect it is that operatives is giving him. I'm starting to think that most of these players are starting to fear No Name. But Luxing does go down early,
There.
trying to lurk. And you see the flank coming in. Madara gets a second on Frau. And now a lot of util not being able to be used. And this flank timing could be
Wrong.
deadly.
Getting an
What?
insane headshot through the info box.
Nightmare might be able to catch his own low timing if he swings fast enough. He has a stinger.
Last player
Has to try and
standing.
get close. 9 goes down. Gets the timing for a backstab. Will he get spotted out? Yes, he will. He takes too long. And unfortunately, he gets sent to a dream as he gets put to sleep. And now a chance being given, a opening. Can they let this spiral? Can they let their economy flourish? Can they bring it back? That is the question. 11-3 deficit. What do you think are the odds, Corey Monta?
I want to say it's not really looking good for OPZ, but They're trying to bring this back. Madara needs them to bring this back so that way he can make his data on time and show her his kill montage from this tournament.
We're gonna see a 5-man towards A,
Last
and
getting
not going to work as a bloodbath. A bloodbath occurs. Now Novus all alone on site, and you see the look. You see Luxing just running up B, and that's just gonna call for rotates. And Novus almost having a perfect timing is just gonna lose it completely to the fast lurk by Luxing.
He can pick
Novus
Z-Trax here, but doesn't quite get Z-Trax.
has to catch a
is
timing on this
Spike
scam.
planted.
Could get spotted out if he loses it. And Nightmare gonna hold it, and he's gonna win it. And now 12-4 map point. We could go to map 3.
Match point.
Can they find any more opportunities, or is it just doomed to go to map 3?
It's not looking like a very good buy for their last round either.
Yeah, and it just looks like operatives don't know what they can do unless Madara is able to ace. A few of their rounds they've won is just off of Madara going insane. A lot of pressure towards mid. Once again, they have been liking this mid hit, and it allows them to be versatile in their options of where they can end. A side being completely given up. But it will be a B hit from No Name. Have to be careful though. Madara in an aggressive position, not getting spotted out. But he's gonna get taken out looking the wrong way. I'm gonna go down. Luxing finds a second on Zumi after a trade. And Frauv might just get a timing unloaded. But his back is turned, both facing behind each other. But he just spots it out of the corner in his map.
Last player
And
standing.
9 goes down to Durrani. Now last one remaining, finds one. Can he find anything more? No, he gets backstabbed by Frauv. And 13-4, an amazing response by No Name Gaming. And we are going to a map 3. Operative has banned Ascent. No Name has banned Lotus. So the decider will be on Haven with operatives on defense and No Name on attack. And yeah, Rogue Energy map 3. But before that, we will be taking another 5-minute break. So make sure to get some water, make sure to use the bathroom, and make sure to put it in order for Rogue Energy using code CLST10 for 10% off your purchase.
We will be back.
And we are back one more time. All the marbles rely on this one last map. Who will win? Who will lose? Who is getting knocked out of the tournament and who will keep going? We are going to a classic, Haven, one of the 4 original maps of Valorant since the beginning, though seen a couple reworks throughout the years. We'll see who can establish the current meta of this map with the modern era and who can go home saying that they didn't wash out immediately. I mean, Corey, we've seen an incredible map 1 from Operatives, and we've seen a spectacular map 2 from No
Spectacular
Name.
even.
So, I mean, map 3, all the marbles on the line. Who do you got?
Oh, I really try to be impartial here, Abood. But man, I'm gonna have to give it to OPZ. I mean, we found out that it was 9 that has the hot date, not Madara, but Madara sure is fighting for 9 to make it to that date.
Definitely, he has
did
been
have to-
putting on a frag highlight reel so far,
Poor
man.
9. 9 informed us that he did have to push the date back a little bit due to map 3. Weren't expecting that map 2 loss.
Well, we will be getting into it, and we're getting a very aggressive comp coming in from Operatives Double Duelist with the Waylay and Jet. We're going to get a Clove and a Breach, followed by, of course, the Cypher. On the other end, we're going to see the current meta, I'd say, with the ISO Yoru. It's been seeing a lot of action recently. Has just been able to take a lot of space. We'll see whose team comp can come out better. You have to worry though, if you look at the comp by Operatives, they have no info gathering except their own bodies and maybe Cypher Camp. So they really have to play aggressive. They really need to seek out information if they want to take space, if they want to know what the other team is doing. All right, let's see. We're gonna see a lot of action going in mid. 4 players from each team gonna show presence here. And shots are being exchanged. And Fraub is able to find the first blood, but exchange 2 for 2.
Standing.
And instantly, it is decided that No Name is going to come out on top with the 3-1 advantage. And 9 all alone on site. Mr. Hot Date himself trying to show it, 1-for-1 trade, but not able to get the first round. And it is going to be No Name coming out with the first round of this half. First round of this map, no, more or less.
What'll happen?
And now
That goes there.
we're going back into this chess match of a battle. Both teams showing their all, everything they've got. Can we see something?
Madara going for a aggressive push down A long, trying to
Right
get
here.
a pick here, runs out of his safety. He does get picked out by a Nightmare.
Unfortunately, that Sheriff just could not find its value that it normally does. Normally, he's good for 1 with it. And that dart is just going to be so brutal. He is full flash and nowhere to go. But Z-Track's able to get his pick, or Loaded able to find 2 with the classic before going down. And now, once again, 9 all alone, just the classic in hand. Can he do anything? 2 rifles for
Walking,
No
taking his
Name.
time, trying to play it safely here. Does get
They know
spotted
where he
out. They
lives.
know where he's at. Nightmare possibly going hunting, just trying to drop some util, but drops it on himself.
And 9 just playing around. Yeah. After that, after seeing that aim from Valve, yeah, I mean, uninstall, reinstall the game, try again. All right.
Nine,
And
saving
looks
the
like
classic.
Now he's just gonna go down to the spike. And fortunately, not losing his life. Nightmare already has 5 ult points.
Careful.
That could be a
Weapon
dangerous sign going into this next round if he can charge that up. Loaded himself also at 5 ult points, 4 off his ult. I mean, we're not too far off some big ultimates that could win rounds. We'll see if that does come true, but going into Operative's first round, can they pull anything out?
And set up on C long.
You see that double duelist aggression towards A once again. Nine takes a lot of damage, but still gets out with his life, and they're gonna pivot towards that A site just a little bit. As Loaded gets his ult orb, and they back away from A completely. No insert, nothing. But they have an idea that there might be an exploration as Novus starts to peek out. Not gonna spot anything, I don't think. But the Sova drone will be heard. And he's just gonna tuck away nice and carefully. And
Missing.
Zumi
Trying to
gonna
explore up into B. Zumi
They're
does get
losing the
caught out by
fight.
Luxing.
and that's a huge pick by Luxing. That's a 1 rifle down from Operatives. That's your clone is not gonna get broken. Is that a good sign? It doesn't matter because they're gonna dip away. And 9 not able to close the shots. A little bit of damage on Nightmare, but not much more than that. And
30
another
seconds
pick.
left.
Frau gets a spam on Novus. Site is fully taken, and they have 1 still lurking. 4 on site. 9 finds
Nine
1.
gets 1,
a
finds
second.
2.
One enemy remaining.
And 4 picks found. Last one late. Tried to lurk through garage. Is spotted out by the trip and now has to just hold, trying to spam something with the sheriff. Finds 1 on Madara, but not able to find anything else. And just trying to see if he can do any more damage. Able to find a second. And while Operatives won the round, they lost 4 of their 5 rifles. That is not a good win that you want to have.
A little
That
bit
is
of a
not
broken
the
buy
round.
now for them.
Ah, this is a nice
Yeah.
spot.
Meanwhile, No Name is on a full buy, looking to punish them for this.
And we're getting
Pause.
a P10. Never mind. We are getting a never mind. They are good. I think someone just needed to take a little bit of a scoop of Rogue Energy. Sponsor of Celestial Esports. Use code CLST10 for 10% off your purchase. Anyways, we are going to get another AC hit. Showing pressure on both sides, trying to grab these ult orbs, trying to take map control. What?
Fake
But so many unknowns going for the side of Operatives. They have no info. They have to just go on guesses. Novus gonna hear this ult orb being grabbed. Might jump
Has his
spot.
ult up. He's gonna use his
But he's gonna
domain
get
expansion.
kidnapped. He gets kidnapped, and now Sight is just gonna be fully taken. Ronnie just wins the 1v1 very easily. Better weapons, easy win. Madara going up to heaven. Nine trying to follow right behind, seeing if they can catch anything up here. The Cam is gonna spot 2 in hell, but can they punish anything
tracks.
off of it?
Last player
Getting a
standing.
pick on Madara,
just-
Luxing killing Loading, Frav killing Zumi. They're just cleaning up the sites. There is just nothing that they can do right now. 9 trying to get one last pick, maybe get a gun out of their hand. Stands in heaven, but gets sent up to heaven.
Just a massacre. Chat, does the Geneva Convention apply to video games? Because that was just brutal. And definitely a morale killer round. You have to wake up if you're Operatives. This could be your final chance to play in this season's tournament. This could be your last this could be the last game you play for this tournament. And you have to make sure that at the very least, you make an impact. At the very least, you make a presence shown. Luxing finds an early pick on Madara. Luxing just tucking away. After that early pick, and it's gonna be a site hit.
And calling the rotate over. Novice and Loaded just sprinting across. Loaded a little weary of mid, knowing that that Cypher is out there somewhere.
Early pick, 9 sitting right on the edge of that smoke. Once it goes out, he could be in trouble, but he's just looking for one.
One enemy remaining.
But not able to find, and this could be the Rogue Energy flawless coming in. Have not seen many of those, surprisingly, this game. And that is going to be the 4th round going to No Name Gaming. And so many ults either are or about to be online. We could see a lot of pressure going into this round for both teams with full buys, a lot of ults in the economy going in. This is going to be fun.
Focusing.
We're gonna see a lot more A pressure. We've been seeing the confidence of this A hit coming in from No Name, and they're gonna cut noise again. The name of this team's game is going to just be starving info. They have no true info gatherers. Though Novus gets a little bit of a jiggle, not able to find any damage, but instead receives a decent amount himself before dashing away.
Cover going out.
And playing that
And now-
weird.
Shadows traveling.
Smokes are going to be deployed. It looks like it's going to be an aggressive take.
Watch them.
And the ult is going to come out, going to the top of site, getting info, but the shots are going to land for operatives. And that's going to just force rotates going over to C site. No one holding C. There is no anchor, but the Cypher Neuralink is going to spot both rotating over. Luxing trying to be a hero, trying to fight mid, trying to see if he can find any ones. Will he be given anything? He's going to swing into Loaded, not aware, but he still wins it. Gonna look for more. Flood on site is gonna be
Last player standing.
brutal as Frau goes down. Last one trying to flank. Gonna find a second. Can he find more than that? Spike is going to be defused by Madara. And the double swing is just going to confuse him. And that is a second round going to operatives.
Looking like Operatives has a full buy yet again. This is really good for them, seeing as how they've been kind of on a broken buy. But staring right back at them, No Name still has enough to afford full buys for the next at least what, 2 rounds?
Yep.
This round and the
They-
next.
Their economy is looking very strong right now. They have little pressure even after.
Lots of ults up.
Who's
Ronnie
next?
once again one off of ult. He is getting that orb.
And the
Looking to use
pressure
his
on C
domain
is insane.
expansion.
Kidnapped off site. Another player might get brutalized as Ronnie wins the 1v1 on Madara. Frau gets Zumi. Zumi res it. Luxing gets a pick on 9. Loaded gets a trade. Frau finds Zumi once again. And now the rotates are coming in as we see Frau slowly lurking behind them. Watching that perfect timing. It's actually crispy. He's just slowly backing up, trying to keep this aggressive position, trying to get info. Once he hears these rotates coming in, he's gonna, all of them are gonna know these positions. Looks like he just wants to insert himself into CT, trying to get that forward position. So be hard. He's gonna hear both players rotating through CT, and that's gonna tell the other players there that smoke is a decoy and it's not gonna clear. And he gets both for the 4K. The deceptive smoke gets them not clearing corners. And what a masterclass performance.
10-3 on Omen. Not. I mean, honestly, from the last matches that I've casted on Haven, We typically see the Omen playing more of an assist role rather than a straight up
Goes there.
duelist. Frowell is
Up.
doing
That
both.
goes
He's
there.
dropping smokes and just acting as their secondary duelist player.
We're gonna see a lot more pressure towards A, but it's gonna be silent as Madara walks up. Could he find a pressure? Yes, he does. He finds Frau as 9 picks up Luxing in the lurk spot. Now 3 players remaining on No Name. No ults available, not even close to that. That's just gonna lead to a pause.
Ronnie a little unsure of what to do right now.
And when you have no
Talking with the
info, you
team.
have to try and find some, and you can see I'm starting to question things, starting to be curious on where these enemies could be, and they start branching out. That's your opportunity. You have to let them branch out. You have to try and take these one-on-one engagements. So the Cam is going to spot Nightmare, and it might have also caught Ronnie as well. And 9 able to find one low HP. Ronnie gets the pick on Zoom. And 9 just holding his position. I love this.
man.
The pressure is insane. The swing out late. And 9 finds a third. And last one is lurking mid. And the longer you wait, the more curious people get. Z-Trax able to find a clean one tap on Madara. Now 1v2. Two of the players are low. The third on Novus, though, full HP, walked up long. They're gonna hear all this noise. 10 seconds remaining, no time. And as soon as he swings, it could be dangerous. No, he finds one loaded, not caught off guard, but he's just gonna get stunned and absolutely deleted.
No Name still not strapped for cash. Their economy is still looking so strong, but Z-Trax really hurt them with those last 2 picks. 9 has 0 credits to the name, using the last of his dollars to buy his rifle and shield.
And we're seeing Madara trying to get aggressive once again. Ronnie aware of it, but losing the fight nonetheless. Madara is in an element of his own right now. He is finally setting back into that zone he was in map 2. Trying to bring back the hero. Now down numbers. No Name has to be more careful. They're trying to see what info they can get. They break the trip. 9 trying to swing out, see if he can find anything. Gonna back away. No, he's gonna try and hold his ground. Maybe re-peek if he feels like it. And it's just gonna be No Name backing away. 9 is gonna re-clear, but the timing is horrible as Z-Trax gets 9 and brings back the even numbers. And look at where Valve is. So pushed up, he catches Novus off guard and is just gonna take space, trying to walk his way into CT, trying to see if he can find Madara. Madara losing the fight. Valve is in the zone. Swings out, trying to put more pressure. That blind perfectly hits both players, but goes down to loaded. Ult is gonna be invested, though. Nightmare able to spray down, whiffing, and Luxing with the backstab. And listen, if you have the perfect plays, if you have the perfect reads, you don't need aim. You can get those spray downs and you can still be rewarded, even if you don't hit the crispy shots.
Absolutely. Valve is just looking like such a menace on this map right now.
More than anything, he's able to wedge himself into literally any single lurk spot. If you give him the opening, he
finding
finds it.
Every little crack in their defense, and he is just punishing them for it. 9 looking to get a little aggressive, gets spotted out, only has a classic in hand. Does a little bit of damage on Ronnie, but ultimately goes down.
Spike down, attacker spawn. Last player standing.
And Madara all alone now, 1v2. Has a sheriff in hand, finds first, but cannot find the second as Ronnie has his shield up. And the body spray is actually insane. Wait, the BM is crazy. And now, with and that has to be a good. Honestly, that's probably good for both teams in terms of morale. On one hand, you just converted a strong eco round and got 4 weapons out of it. The other hand, I mean, just body spraying. Enough said. And we're gonna see a little more mid pressure once again. Coming in from Nightmare, or No Name. Dart is broken on B, and we see a lot of pressure towards the mid. Just being held. They're ready for this mid flood. They're expecting it. But it looks like they're gonna. It looks like No Name is gonna start walking towards A. I would also like to put Zumi on Pi Watch. And look. Oh, this is a bad spot for Nine. Nine in a horrible angle, and he is going to get punished by Ronnie. And Ronnie able to find the first blood on the Cypher. A bad loss to have, especially on the defensive end. And the TP could tell you about Heaven.
Once again, using
And
his
Novus able to find one aggressive, but not looking the right direction. Ronnie taken out by Loaded, but the flank is still good. And No Name has been getting the backstab every single opportunity it's given. You cannot give him those openings because they know how to find it. And every time it's been a flank.
No Name just has the perfect read on them every single time, with Frau just pushing in on the head front and going on the flank.
And you see the lack of info really showcasing his
describe it.
fangs. It's the lack of info showcasing his fangs, as once that Cypher goes down, and he's been playing aggressive. Nothing else is there. That your ult is going to be invested in the last round of the half. And Madara finds Frau roaming around in mid. Z-Track's just gonna go dismiss right and long and just hold the flank, making sure no one can come by anyways. Ults should be invested, and Luxing trying to get aggressive, getting ahead of the timing, finds one but traded out.
Diffuse
And Madara gets this third. Last 2 players both long. Nightmare finds one, pops ult, and now Novus trying to get aggressive, trying to go in,
One enemy.
finds one, but Z-Trax on literally the tiniest sliver of health, able to close the round. 9-3 half. Will we see the curse in play, or could this just be utter domination once again by No Name? What are we thinking, chat? Who do you believe in?
This is looking rough. Last map, we had the 9-3, but OPZ just could not show that the curse is real.
Well, you just never know. You really do just never know when it is a team will turn up. All it takes is one set of momentum push killer, a momentum shift, and it can just change so fast. And we're seeing 4 players from No Name just pushing up A, trying to take space. Meanwhile, all alone is Luxing on the other side of the map, trying to hold down literally the entire rest of the map. But it looks like operatives want to aggress this A site with both duelists in a forward position. They hear Ronnie jump spotting, trying to see if he can get a pick, not able to find anything. And are they aware of this position? Yes, they are. Z-Trax goes down. Ronnie finds one of his own. And running out of ammo is loaded, traded out by Zumi. Now 3v3. Nightmare trying to go up Heaven, going back, recalling. 9 trying to get this timing, finds it on Valve. And Nightmare's trying to hold the line.
Remaining.
Madara gets the pick on Luxing, and now last one alive is Nightmare. Living one himself.
Camera taken out.
1v3 all spread out, waiting for him to come down wherever it is. and just taking so much chip damage, and he just goes down to the wall bangs. And that is the first round of potentially many going for the side of operatives.
Could be what they needed. A real nice head start on this half. You know, last half, No Name won 2 rounds in a row to start it off. Maybe OPZ can
Unite.
win this next round and get their ball rolling.
And we're gonna see a lot of mid pressure. All 5 players from No Name just flooding out mid fast. They want to just crunch from behind. And you can just see the complete speed up to go to A side and just take complete control. And 5-man flank, can they catch out anyone lacking? Nightmare not able to find it. Ronnie gets 1 and Z-Trax does 2. 2 for 2 trades. Novus finds Luxing. Stun is going to be brutal. Loading, trying to fight it. Novus gets Z-Trax. Last one alive, Ronnie with 34 HP. No health, known location, and going to get slowly pushed down. Nope, they're just gonna back away. They know the game. They do not want to give up guns. Spectre retrieved by Ronnie. And just taken out by Loaded. And that is a 5th round going to operatives. They want to bring it back. They're gonna give it a shot. And I think this is gonna be a big decider of who's gonna bring it back.
Absolutely. Like I was saying before that round happened, you know, No Name won those first 2 rounds, and that really just set their economy in place for the rest of the game. Possibly this could be what the OPZ needed to get their economy running, since they were struggling with that so much last half.
Yep. But now it's the big question of can they convert? You see Luxing with the judge in back plat. Will he find any value with it is the question. He's gonna play around his cage, see if he can find a little quick pick with the judge. He's gonna swing out with the judge, not gonna find anything. Plant goes down, not even gonna find some damage, and now a 4v5 retake. Definitely not what you want to look for if you're in No Name's position. And Valve able to find 1 unloaded. Gonna start the retake. Ronnie able to get the second pick on Madara. 9 able to get something with a stinger. But Ronnie floods out.
Enemy remaining.
And the whiffs! Oh no! Novus! They're playing Valorant on airplane mode. The way... Oh my god, he
Watch them run when lit by my son.
yeah,
That's when we
that was
strike.
just sad. Operatives cooked and then they burnt it. Straight up. That was sad. That was sad, chat. That was a hard throw by Novus. But can they redeem themselves? Both teams on full buys. You see a little bit of a struggle in the economy of No Name as you see some light shields, you see a Guardian being bought by Frau. Can either team find anything?
Cover going out.
It's just going to be slow defaults for both teams. You see the insert from Z-Trax and Ronnie kind of playing a little passively towards A as well. It looks like Nightmare's going to stay behind us also. And it's looking to be a C split once again. They are not taking 9 serious, or they're not taking Luxing seriously.
Now sees 2 of them.
Cam is broken, Trip is
Calls
broken.
for the rotate.
Luxing swings
9
out,
tries-
finds 1 unloaded.
Spike down.
Finds the second, trying to find a third, but cannot as Novus redeems himself. Valve gets the pick on Zumi with the Guardian. Getting a timing on the mid lurk. 9 gets the flank, 9 gets the second, and now Nightmare in a 1v1. Cypher versus Sova. These guys have a historic rival in the canon, and now we're gonna see it on full display. Nightmare might have just inserted himself in a good position if he didn't get spotted.
30 seconds left.
Will he get cleared? He's not. Baldman does not look left. And that is a round for No Name, and that could just be the dagger. You got to make sure you're clearing those corners, chat. That
Absolutely.
Cost
You
him the
tell him,
round.
coach. You tell him, coach.
definitely. I mean, and now Sheriff's going down once again. We're seeing, ooh, some teamwork going on with the economy. As we're gonna see
Revealing
one rifle, a hero rifle from Novus. The rest have to save. We see 3 sheriffs and a stinger. They're gonna just go fast towards C. They're trying to overwhelm Luxing. Luxing on site, trying to hold his line, but only able to find Zumi. Smokes are, however, completely out. Actually, no, he is in a good spot. Since it's Clove, he can still play smokes. And now the retake has begun. 4 players retaking against 4. And the ISO ult is going to be converted. Novus gets an insane shot on Nightmare and another on Z-Trax. Ronnie wins his 1v1.
Shadows traveling.
Frau wins on Novus 2v2. Both playing long.
Last player standing.
Spam down.
One enemy.
Spray down. Ronnie gets the spray, and that is going to be 12-5. What? How do you get away with that? How do you let him get
Match
that
point.
ego peak of the century and still won?
Absolutely. Ronnie is just showing how much of a demon he has been this entire series. I mean, Ronnie is not to be messed with, just out aiming them.
Yep. And right now, operatives. The story harder than Netflix's last adaptation, man. It's tragic.
Off your feet!
And here we go. Madara getting a really early pick on Luxing. Not really been able to find too much value, more than one. Madara finds a second on Frau, but taken out by Trax. Madara just overheating and winning. Now, trying to flood in. Looking for the timing.
Last player
Nope.
standing.
And now just spray downs. Z-Trax trying to will it back. Only him and him alone. 1v3. They do have rounds to give, but how many do they want to? How much of an opening can they afford to give? And it looks like he's just planning on saving, which probably isn't the best move in this scenario. And they're going to save for the next round. Yep, and both teams just opt to make sure to ensure that they keep their weapons. A lot of ults on the side of No Name could be very deadly once used. Have to be careful if you're operatives not to let them into an opening, not to give them a chance to close the map, because this is it. This is their chance to not go home.
Ooh, they need to be playing this very carefully right now. And it does look like they're going to punish that C site yet again, knowing that really only Luxing plays there. And No Name once again making the call to stack up on A site. A little bit of rotate towards mid from No Name.
Luxing with the
Luxing playing
shorty.
a little more aggressive. Trying to get one with the short. Misses
doesn't
two
get it.
shots. But escapes with his life tucked in the corner. Just shot down by Novus.
Yep, a Novus on literally like one shot from
planted.
any weapon. You can probably kill him from a long range shotgun. And 9 gets the flank. Z-Trax whiffs a little bit, but resets his aim and gets the shot. Now 4v3, 1 low, and he just backs away, tries to play offsite. Novus starting to walk back up. He wants to get the fight, and he's gonna get a swing, and he's gonna win it. And now Z-Trax all alone once again, but this time he does go down.
PZ not wanting to go home gets yet another round. That is 2 rounds in a row. Economy is looking good, whereas No Name is. They're starting to lose it. If they don't win this next round and close out the game, they're going to be looking at quite the broken bye.
Yep, but one advantage they do have is all of their ults, either online or Ronnie, the exception, with one off of it. They are in for a bloodbath if they can win it.
If I'm in OPZ's shoes, we're gonna be baiting out all these ults, but can they do it?
You just see the pause right outside of A, taking it nice and slow. They have the time, and all the pressure is going to be put on No Name. Noise is being made. Will they clear Z-Trax? Z-Trax able to get 1, 2, 3. He's able to find 3 picks on his own.
Oh, this
And
is
now-
not good.
Z-Site giving up. Have the cam. He could be cleared if the cam is popped, but it's not being. And the lurk could go all the way into CT. This is a scary sight. Look how far up Moderate is. He's looking just a little bit further, seeing if he can get the timing. He might have it.
Catch 2.
No, he doesn't. He whiffs. 1 goes down. A domain expansion. Going in for the last 1v1. Zumi given a chance, but even if he wins, he loses regardless.
Like I never left.
Not
And
enough time
a
to
little
stop
show.
the defuse.
And that is it. We have crowned the winner of this bout as No Name Gaming has emerged victorious and has avoided elimination. Congratulations to them.
GG's.
Absolutely.
And I mean, what a showing. We saw just a breath of life
GG,
coming out.
GG.
But after that first map, I mean, unfortunately, No Name just took all the momentum away. Map 2 and then map 3 just stole the show. And I mean, yeah, it was insane. Corey, do you have anyone you want to interview, perchance?
Oh, Ron is just an absolute menace on that map. But really, it's up to you. They're really going at it in the chat, though.
Let's go with Ronnie this time. I think he has put on a showing that we should look at. So shall I go talk to him and see if he wants to join us?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. All right, we are not getting Ronnie for he is not PR trained, but we will get Z-Trax. Welcome,
Right, sounds good to
Z-Trax.
me.
How y'all doing?
So let's start off this interview real quick. Map 1 was a little shaky for you guys. I mean, chat was calling you guys typical No Name throw, but after that, you guys
Sounds about
looked
right.
insanely dominant. I mean, what was going on in that call for you guys to just lock in like that?
I would say first game happened last week as well when we played. Our first game we just didn't do hot. I think we just have a nice mental talk, get our morale back up, and we just bring it back the second game.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it seemed like you guys were getting a little chippy with the other team with the operatives. I mean,
The beef there?
Okay.
we kind of want to hear your guys' side of
Huh.
this.
Okay, so 2 of our players, especially one, especially when on Illinois, the servers for him suck. And when we swapped to Texas, it was definitely more rounded. When I looked at the ping, it was practically all around the same. I get forcing Illy because we had somebody on 200 ping, didn't work for him, but it happens. We just wanted it to be more fair because our teammate was having technical issues, but we just trying to pull up for a boy, didn't work out.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. We decided that Illy was the better slightly. Just for our side as well. But yeah, we hear you as well. last question from me is, I mean, Luxing was having those technical difficulties, and he's also kind of struggling overall in the later maps.
Mhm.
I mean, how did the rest of the team kind of come together to support him during those moments?
Gotta be real with him. Like, we tell him he's messing up, he fixes it. We were adapting a lot because of his technical issues, so he was having to play off site a lot. But I think he didn't throw any rounds specifically. I think he played pretty well. Speaking of his role, it's kind of harder to play on. But I think other than that, I think we did pretty good. I think we brought it back and got the win.
Absolutely. I mean,
Alright.
from where we were sitting, Luxing came in clutch with quite a few of those flanks. You know, despite the technical difficulties, still pulled quite a bit of their own weight
Mhm.
flanking.
Yeah, amazing flanks from him. I think we were overall the better team. We had more endurance and we were ready for those second maps.
Absolutely. I just have one last question before we let you go. Me and
Yes, sir.
Abood, during the second map, we were talking about how much of a menace you and Ronnie were together. I mean, just absolutely shutting down their OPZ push after push. You two together just look so in sync, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Do you guys, has this team been around for a while? Do you guys practice a lot?
I'm gonna be honest. We made the team 2 days before the first game of the tournament. We scrimmed one time before this map, and me and Ronnie, we just have good synergy. I think our play styles match really well, and we end up duo queuing a lot now. We're trying to get each other's play styles like locked down. And I think it really shows when we start playing on site together.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think that's it from us. Congratulations on your win, and we will see you in your next match whenever that will be scheduled. That will be scheduled at a later point.
All right.
So, yeah, thank you for taking the time to be interviewed. And to the stream, we will be back in a little bit. We have another match coming up, which will be Bioshock versus my team, Celestial Neptune. So be ready, because that will be coming up very soon. Corey, do you have any final words to say?
Little bias towards Neptune. Good luck to them, but I hope it's a good match being played.
Yep, definitely.
Right.
Yep. And one last time, Rogue Energy, the sponsor of Celestial Esports. Use code CLSD10 for 10% off your purchase. Go do it now. Thank you and have a wonderful day. I will be in the coach's slot now.